involving more than 3,500 personnel, principally Australian and Filipino personnel, but also including US and Canadian forces. There are about 1,600 Australian personnel who will be participating in this. HMAS Brisbane, one of our air warfare destroyers, will be present in this exercise. There will be infantry components as well as Air Force components. We will have F-18s, Growlers, P-8 aircraft. It's a significant contribution from our Air Force, which means that this is an exercise which is occurring across all three services, air, land and sea, as well as components of special forces, components in cyber and components in space. The point of all of that is that it is an increasingly complex exercise, more complex than the first iteration of exercise Alon 2 years ago. And that's really what we are seeking to achieve in exercise Alon this year. And the complexity of the exercise reflects the depth of our relationship, and it reflects the growing trust between us. Today we have, as you've just seen, also signed a statement of intent to pursue a defence cooperation agreement that we will seek to sign this time next year. This will be a really important step forward in terms of our defence relationship. It builds on the 1995 Memorandum of Understanding between our two countries. It will encapsulate the totality of our engagement in defence, but it will include, for example, a commitment to see us having annual Defence Ministers meetings. It will look at how we can do more in terms of coordinating our exercise and operation tempo between our two countries. It will look to how we can do more in terms of pursuing infrastructure development here in the Philippines for the benefit of the armed forces of the Philippines. And to that extent, to that end, we have also, as part of our outcomes, agreed to pursue a defence infrastructure plan. Right now, Australia is pursuing 8 different infrastructure projects across 5 different locations here in the Philippines. And we've agreed now to establish a plan between our two countries which will guide the way in which our infrastructure investment is pursued over the coming years to see greater infrastructure here in the Philippines for the benefit of the armed forces of the Philippines. I really want to thank again Gilberto for your warmth and the way in which you have hosted our delegation over the course of today, and we really look forward to what we're about to witness over the weekend with exercise Alon. Your friendship has been really important for me, and as we work together in what is an increasingly complex and volatile world, the relationship between Australia and the Philippines, the way in which it is being transformed in a strategic sense, the depth of the growing defence relationship is something that is really exciting to be a part of, and I'm so glad to be able to pursue that body of work with you.
Thank you very much to our distinguished guest, Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles, also the Minister of Defence of Australia, and members of his delegation. And we are honored once again to have Deputy Prime Minister here for the 3rd time. This time to witness the biggest exercise Alon so far. And in our talks together, we have signed a joint statement of intent, which places in concrete form the way we want our defense partnership to grow and to progress. There will be a lot of work following this statement of intent. Of course, we want to see a defense cooperation based on this statement of intent signed next year, and it is appropriate for such a defense cooperation agreement to be signed next year when the Philippines hosts the ASEAN for next year as the chair. Also, this follows the comprehensive strategic partnership between Australia and the Philippines. We are thankful for the unstinting support of Australia for our rights under UNCLOS and international law. we are also very thankful for the support that Australia has been giving the Philippines in terms of resilience, in terms of people-to-people exchanges, in terms of developmental assistance that Australia has been giving us. We also are working together heavily in this region, in the Indo-Pacific region, in order to uphold our shared values of international law amidst increasing shared challenges. And lastly, Deputy Prime Minister comes at a time when we are witnessing the effects of a monsoon. And we expect more to come. And climate change is a reality which we in this area, in the Pacific, cannot ignore because we are the most hit. And we also will enhance cooperation for disaster resilience among other key areas of convergence. Once again, we thank the people of Australia for appreciating the strong people-to-people ties as manifested through their government and our government. And in this way, we also wish to convey to the Deputy Prime Minister our thanks and our hopes for a stronger convergence, a stronger partnership. And we wish not only to be upholders of norms, but enforcers of right conduct and the appropriate way of conducting international relations between countries in the Indo-Pacific and in other areas where our common and shared values may permeate. So thank you very much, DPM Marles, Richard, for your visit. And we look forward to seeing meat put into the skeletons that, or the frame that we have. Skeleton is the wrong term. Please don't quote me and don't diss me on it. The framework that we have put in today, and I'm sure that as our chiefs of defense forces are working together, our people down the line in both the department level and the armed forces level are working very hard. We are very happy, and we need to give a shout out to our people in uniform and their civilian complement for a wonderful job that they have been doing so far. This relationship actually and these statements of intent are also byproducts of the strong working arrangements that we've had down the line. And so it is synergistic in this sense, and we hope to see this bear fruit in the future in a more robust manner. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will now take questions from the media. First is Mikhail Flores from Reuters.
Hi, good afternoon to both Deputy PM Marles and Secretary Teodoro. Right here. SND. Here. Okay. Shortly before your meeting today, the Philippine Armed Forces last night reported with concern a swarm of Chinese Coast Guard and other vessels around or near Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal. How alarming are these activities in your view? And we hope to get statements from both of you on these recent development, and also grateful if we can get your view on, given these developments, these escalatory activities of China from the South China